Hey, I think I'm live. I don't know if anybody's actually watching this thing, so I'm just going to use it as an excuse to show off OpenAI Dolly and how pretty freaking sweet it is. So yeah, I'm just going to go to the front page, I'll explain it a little bit, and then I'm going to show off some of the things I've made. And if anyone is here, then ask me to make stuff and I'll make stuff. All right, here we go. So yeah, this is basically it's a generator for images. And you can generate whatever you want. And the examples are pretty sweet. A 3D render of a cute tropical fish in an aquarium on a dark blue background, digital art. I mean, yeah, that's it does exactly what it says it's going to do. Even mundane things, an orange, I mean, it's not something I would do. A blue orange, yeah, it's okay. It's orange on the outside, but it's still orange on the inside. A computer from the 90s in the style of vaporwave. So you get the point. If this is the first time seeing it, you might just be like, wow. And if it's not, you're either wow or you're not wow. But I'm going to show you my stuff. So I just found out actually it doesn't have a history forever. So this is only like probably 100 things I've made, maybe 50. If I'm scrolling all the way to the back, it's not the first thing I've tried, but the first thing I kept is, let's see, Eddie Van. I don't even know this guy. Go back some more. All right, so this is not controversial at all. This is a Salvador Dali meets a Hasidic Jew in a disco. So there are banned topics, but I guess Jew is not one of them. That's okay, which is fine because it's my mom who suggested it, and she grew up Hasidic. Um, which, if you are Jewish, you wouldn't be watching now because it's Saturday. It's the Sabbath. But yeah, Salvador Dali, check it out. Yes, sir. I'm gonna leave this up while I interrogate the YouTube on account of I don't know if this is working. I'm in another browser just taking a look at that. Oh yeah, it says yeah, here it says I'm live. Dolly 2 has reached me and you shall see. That's kind of neat. Hey, what happens if I click on this broadcast? Oh my, okay, this is weird. Whee. I guess it's like 10 seconds behind. Neat. Hey, someone gave me a like. Thank you, person who gave me a like. And it doesn't say that there's one. Oh, it does say that was one person watching. Okay, this is a little too meta. All right, all right. So some things that I thought were interesting, some good ones. We've got here. I asked it to write King Mustard. This was the original. Was Manic King Mustard Bottle addressing his pigeon subjects on a rainy morning on the moon? I had some help for this one. And what I think is interesting is first, I wasn't allowed to write psychotic King Mustard Bottle. I was able to write manic. They don't have the exact same meaning, but I think I got my point across. And there's basically two good ones here. This is King Mustard, and he has a pigeon beak, and there's plenty of bird type things. And uh, pretty much all of these, King Mustard was able to be yellow, which is basically what you'd expect, yellow guy. And he's like, ah, I'm definitely manic. I don't really know what the heck was going on with this one. There's still yellow, there's pigeons. Uh, and then here's the crown jewel. Haha. is we've got this yellow frickin' guy, and we've got his crown, and he's got this clutching a bottle of ketchup, which is just such an awesome touch. Ketchup and mustard go together, so it's not surprising that in this, the corpus of pictures that it trained on, it's not really surprising that that's there. And then, he's addressing his pigeon subjects, and he definitely looks a little bit nutto. So this is certainly one of my favorites, very much so. And then, yeah, nothing. And so that goes to show you that you can actually do variations. So having clicked on this guy, I went to variations and we got along the same theme. So he looks pretty much the same. It's basically different renditions of the same photograph, like in all of them, roughly the same shape and size, clutching his ketchup bottle. And so what I'm guessing is that how this new Dolly model works, it's not like GPT-3 where it was trying to predict the next pixel. It starts off with it uses clip and it uses a very sparse image that represents the concept. So the initial prompt is it generated using clip. It generates a very sparse photograph, and then some diffuser model fills it in. And so you can just, I'm guessing what they do is they just have it generate the same clip outcome, and then the diffuser model acts on with slightly different random parameters a little bit differently. So that's King Mustard, man. We tried doing some specific things. Some things aren't so good. Um, Playing ping pong while desperately spelled wrong, trying not to fall off a mountain black and white photograph. I think the photograph ones are kind of not as good as they could be, just because they've biased the data against, well, human biases. They don't want people to do photorealistic pictures. They don't want people to do, um, you know, depictions of violence or sex, which is just it makes sense for PR wise for OpenAI. It doesn't make sense for their name called OpenAI because, as one article I read that I like described it, it's quite paternalistic to say, yeah, you can't make these things with this technology. There's always going to be a certain number of bad actors with any technology, and it's not going to stop them. That's kind of my opinion. Uh, in 6 months to a year, this level of quality will be available for the open. Like the Dolly Mini has reached kind of like the original Dolly level, which is nowhere near this Dolly level, but the original Dolly came out just a year ago. So I've got a video on that. Another kind of weird failure case. This was my roommate. We were talking about ping pong. We are just trying to find various things to do with this technology because it's freaking awesome. And so we had said anthropomorphic ping pong paddles playing with humans as the ball. And a human, I think, could do this, though it would be kind of weird to describe as the ball. But basically, it just kind of combined all of these concepts anthropomorphic ping pong paddles and humans and balls and art. And I mean, it did not the worst it could have. That's for sure. I mean, I'm giving it such high praise at this point. Like, I'm being sarcastic, but I'm so used to it doing like really, really, really amazing things that the bar is quite high. So, here we've got, they look kind of like there's ping pong balls and weird. I wouldn't be able to tell you what was going on here. Whereas this one, it's pretty obvious it's a ping pong paddle person, which this is definitely a blurst image. I should post it on blurst images. Yeah, why not? Nobody's watching this stream anyway. Don't look at my username. Okay, it's all available. Blurst images. This is probably absolutely saturated with AI art at this point. I'm guessing this will be auto modded in a moment and just be like, whoop. See? Yeah, look at that. This post has been removed by what's the reason? Let's see. Our reason is we think there's a standard of blurcisms and you're not being blursed enough. Post has been removed. You can repost. Didn't start with blurst. Oh god. Well, that was not great. That's pretty blurst. What it's like? It kind of reminds me of like the line of squirrels in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I don't know why. And then this one's I think this is probably the best of the images. It looks a little bit like those in actually open AIs whatchamacallit, uh they have like a game where the white players play against the orange players and the AIs have to adapt and evolve and it looks like these characters. I've tried some different mediums. So it can generate, everybody knows pretty much the digital art kind of meme stuff, but I really want to know if it can generate maybe things useful for humans and things involved like in scientific art. And I wrote like not scientific art, but just science stuff. And so like here's an example I wrote. These are cells that I used to work with. These HL1 myocardiocytes. Um, they're heart cells and they beat in a dish, and they're kind of well known for a bit of a horrifying scandal with their creator, which I won't get into. But if you're interested enough, it's publicly available. And stained for DAPI, and this is a DNA stain, 3D confocal microscopy. And basically, it figured out that there's cells and microscopy and confocal, and DAPI is a stain. And these basically look like generic cells that are fluorescing and colorful, which is something that would happen in confocal. And that's fine. But they look absolutely nothing like HL1 myocardiocytes. So just Google it, Claycomb, and in images, they'll look like it's like striated kind of muscle tissue, like they're all connected. Not really striated. There's kind of an irregular form. Oops, not doing very good at this whole viewing things and opening images stuff. Oh, phooey. And I mean, like to someone who's never seen cells, like maybe there's no real difference to you, but there's a pretty big difference to me here. These are just round, like red blood cells or whatever. And you can't really like it's not stained for DAPI either. Maybe here there's a little bit of blue, but DAPI is blue on the in the inside on the middle of the cell where the nucleus is. Bum, bum, bum. This is a weird thing, the whole live stream thing, because you're just talking to an empty room at this point, and then maybe people will view later. Um, you kind of imagine when you look at live streams, yeah, you just do it, and there's thousands of people, but that's survivorship bias, and those are the ones that are advertised to you because they're good and because they're already famous. So it's able to make cells, but it doesn't actually know what HL1 myocardiocytes are, despite them potentially being available if you just Google them or in a scientific journal somewhere. I don't think they did too much science journal stuff. Story time with Pod. This was just I just wanted to give it a very vague thing. I kind of expected this, and then afterwards I edited the image. I tested that out. I added how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop, and I removed his head and the faces. And I was hoping to get like a lollipop and then some weird meme thing. The closest to a meme thing, like they look funny. This looks like still a photograph. This is just kind of strange. But this one is meme. I don't know what this is like. Boo, but this looks like a meme that someone would do for sure. I'm gonna get through all my pictures. At least this way they're somewhat preserved. And then what I try to do is I try to basically like so you can edit out the image. You can be like, "Oh, I'm removing this face and this face and this face." And you can change the prompt and then it'll be like, "Well, I have to get from this picture which has blank things all the way to the prompt somehow." And it'll fill in those areas. And I thought, "Well, maybe if I make this more dramatic, I added intense art, I'd get more close to something." That was what I wanted because it would be like, "Oh, I need more of a dramatic change." I I don't even know what to say, like, she looks like a vampire, she's just kinda messed up, and then he's barfing colored cinnamon rolls, and then he's got an apple in his mouth, which is okay. I guess oh, he's licking these are like candies. Oh, so there's licking involved. How many licks? Okay, I got it. Alright. Okay, it's an apple. You know what? There's nothing that makes this an apple, actually. It could be not an apple. I have no real way of knowing. Zoom in here. Oh, yeah, I can pinch to zoom. I mean, like, I'm accustomed to seeing a green blob with a white reflection. I'm accustomed to seeing that as an apple, but this could be anything, you know? It could be an alien green artifact. I really have no way of knowing. But it's he's licking. All right, good job, AI. And then that actually there's like a lollipop thing there. It's still horrifying with her eyes, and then she looks like I don't know what's that character Great Expectations. She looks like the little boy from Great Expectations, like a poverty-stricken 1800s you know, European boy. All right, so that's interesting. I did quite a few things of unicycles and just because I liked depicting myself. I'm a unicycle guy now. Ha ha ha. Actually, I've lost some of my original unicycle art from here. I downloaded a lot of it, but it looks like it's gone. I can go to my collection and maybe some of it's there. Nope, nope, nope. Ah, here's a couple. A red-headed Jufro man with yellow shorts and glasses on a unicycle at the end of the universe. And I mean, it's doing it. This is not at all what a unicycle thing looks like. It's kind of like a bicycle handlebars, but this is a unicycle, and I mean, it got it. It's a red-headed Jufro man with yellow shorts and glasses. Oh, nope, yellow shirt. Oh, a yellow shirt and glasses. Huh. I mean, it's got with yellow something, and then shorts and glasses. And I've heard that the clip model has trouble combining concepts, so that's why it'll kind of get a jumbled form of all of the nouns and adjectives you've used. Um, my friend Tristan, hi, shout out Tristan, invited me for this to use this as an example, which is Jack White eating a rotisserie chicken. I don't even know who this is with only his hands. A voyeuristic photo taken from secret camera, and I mean, honestly, like with enough variations, you could get something close enough to what you want. I don't know if this actually looks like Jack White, but it's it's certainly it's certainly something. It is certainly something. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can invite like one specific friend over to explain stuff to and show him. I think that might be more interesting. I'll leave this open. This is the thumbnail I use. This is about me and my friend Daniel. So I'll consider this a brief pause. Brief pause. Pause. Oh, you know what? I know who to invite. Yeah, I just want to have one person on this stream with me. Maybe that would have been a good idea. I can invite one person and then I'm not just talking to myself. I don't even know if he's awake. Oh, hey, there is one person. Hello, one person.
Hi. You're
Hey,
calling early today.
I
What's up?
am. Mark, you're on live stream. Say
Hello.
say hello to live stream. I'm not sure if they can hear you. You're on speaker.
Hi, live stream.
Yeah, well, there's only 0 people here, so it's okay. I actually wanted to know if you wanted to join the stream for a little bit and give me your D&D suggestions, and I could show you like the AI working in real time.
No one has responded to me yet.
Well, you know what? You can suggest your own thing, okay?
Okay.
All
I mean,
right.
I could pick a character or two.
Okay. All right. You wanna?
You want me to run you through like who you want, or?
Sure. You wanna join this? You can join. Just like go see the video.
Hold on. Where is the video? Where am I going?
Okay. Can you go to? You know where my channel is?
YouTube.
Yes, it's on YouTube. That's correct. Yay, Mark. The one person who it looks like is viewing must really be happy about this. Yeah, they're still here. Hi, one person. Maybe I'll make it so that you don't have to subscribe to comment, and then I'll get a bunch of crazy Hitler comments. Sorry, YouTube, but that's typical.
It is. Yes.
Oh, hey, Paul. Yeah, I know you. Hi. Paul, so this is the Dolly AI thing. Just give me a prompt and I will make it generate any image you want of anything, okay? You can literally do anything, Paul. I'm just inviting my friend Mark to give me suggestions because nobody was here.
Oh God, that is delayed.
Yeah, I like this. This is the King Mustard one that's showing right now.
Oh.
It's King Mustard and dressing his subjects of pigeons. Mustard and dressing his subjects of pigeons.
Hold on, I'm gonna mute myself.
Yeah, it's a little weird with the hey, 2 people, one of them is you. Cool. So yeah, it's a little weird with the delay. Maybe there's a settings like I can change the delay. General. Nah, brah. Okay. All right. So, Mark, can you think of something? Okay. I was able to do struggling with chat on YouTube mobile, he says. Oh, sorry about that, Paul. Yeah, I'm new, Paul, to the whole like YouTube streaming thing. Like you, I make lots and lots of videos and I'm prolific, but I'm not really super into the whole YouTube scene. So I'm just trying this out. Here, Paul, I'm gonna make one of you. I'm gonna make one of here. Let's go to shout out to Paul's channel here. Paul McClay. Paul makes a lot of really cool things, including super tiny CNCs. I hope I'm not confusing you with someone else, Paul. A C to your thing. There we go. Like either chat and tiny vid, I can't see or no chat. Yeah, that's how it's gonna work. Okay, I'm going to write. So Paul, I'm gonna take a suggestion from myself about you. Is I'm gonna say a mad scientist on a tiny CNC mill. I'm gonna say dancing on a tiny CNC mill made out of what's a yummy candy that could potentially be CNC milled? How about, sprinkles? Made out of sprinkles, colorful art. Okay. Mad scientist dancing on a tiny CNC mill, thanks to the inspiration of Paul, made out of sprinkles. Paul will happily download these and, you can screenshot them or I'll send them to you. While Mark thinks of something with his D&D characters. Huh. Okay. Well, I don't think that it really got what I was hoping to see. Let's open these up. This one is the one that I think is like closest to what I want, but it doesn't have anything with like CNC mill or anything. But I mean, it's like kind of like a little Bob the Builder guy, and there's sprinkles. Okay, I kind of like it's like a is it like a ball bearing? He's holding like a sword. Interesting. And then let's see what we got. I want it pretty crazy. I'll try. I think I'll try again in a little bit with this. With this one, I'll try yours first. I like the art. It's pretty good. Like it's kind of like a talented child who was like painting with food or sprinkles or something, I think. It's not at all what I was hoping to see. Maybe if I gave it more, I think if I gave it, and this is like some kind of strange stock photo. Um, I think if I gave it more detail, like made out of gears, mechanical instead of colorful, I removed the sprinkles. I'm gonna take your suggestion, Mark, and then Paul, if you want to come up with something more specific, I'd be happy to try that. Yeah, exactly. It's pretty like you say, Paul. He says pretty rich, if not exactly lexical. Like it's not in a super intelligent creation, but it is still wonderfully artistic. So whatever it produces, it's still a good artist. It's not necessarily a super intelligent, combiner of logical inputs and combining the essence of each thing. But it was still pretty a good job. Uh, All
Give
right.
you this. So I have a monk character who is an undead cat person.
A monk
Like,
character who's an undead cat person.
like it's called a tabaxi. It's like a literal cat person, and it would have glowing blue eyes, stuffy fur, and like bones sticking through. And the entire subclass is based on like being like one with dragons and stuff.
Okay, okay. So it's a humanoid cat monster with glowing blue eyes,
Okay.
and it's got bones sticking through. And you said it was a
Scruffy fur, um, wearing like tattered robes.
okay, okay. I'm gonna give it the core features, and maybe it'll come up with the okay. You said it was an undead humanoid cat monster. A portrait of an undead humanoid cat with glowing blue eyes, and give me like one more core feature. It's a cat, bones visible. Okay, I think this will work. I might try this one more time, but like comma a portrait or comma pastel or comma oil painting. Hey, we've got 4 people. That's twice as many as 2. Cool. All right, so this is Mark's first suggestion for one of his D&D characters. A portrait of an undead humanoid cat with glowing blue eyes, wearing a tattered robe, bones visible. Oh, hey, dude,
Oh, very
look at that one.
honestly kind of interesting.
Yeah, It's got bones. Okay, I think it got everything out of the prompt actually. Huh. It's got so okay. So I mean it's good. Like this is way better than I could draw.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the others. This one's more humanoid, less glowing eyes. Kind of like maybe you more humanoid. You're on a little bit of delay. Yeah, it's got the fur. This one's just kind of like derp.
Yeah, I think it dropped the ball with that one.
And the next one is, I think, probably the coolest. What do you think?
I mean, it made him pretty well. Like, honestly, I have no.
Okay, what would you do to make them look cooler? What do you actually want in your D&D character sheet or whatever you would put this in? Like, where would you?
I mean, this is pretty much how like most like D&D takes a look, where it's just the face of like it's like a portrait
Okay,
essentially.
so what would you want if you were gonna try and make your D&D mates jealous about this?
Well, the whole point of this character was it was reborn by Dracolich, so if you could put that in the background, that'd be cool.
What the heck is a Dracolich?
Undead dragon.
Okay, okay, uh, and a Dracolich. Insanely cool, um, D&D sci-fi art. I'm just typing in the insane like I'm adding a little bit more detail, and then I'm gonna try Paul's very long fish suggestion, just because it's nice and simple. Maybe I'll add an art style. Yeah, this cost me 12 cents, by the way. So I don't know if can you donate 12 cents exactly? Oh wow, damn. Which one do you want to see more? I think of those two, I think the last one is more hardcore. Look at this guy.
The
Look
last
at
one looked amazing.
Oh wow. Like
It's great.
I don't see the Draco Lich, but it got the cat.
It got like it. It seems like it pulled some lich aspects out, and it just made him look a little bit more badass.
Uh,
I don't think it like really knew what a Dracolich was, and just put like lich in.
yeah, Draco Lich. Like that's like a dragon lich, right?
Yeah,
I mean, this one's, I mean, like they're all really good in their own sense, and they've all got the same kind of general art style, you know? Like that
yeah.
that like kind of slightly blurry and streaky. This I like this one actually. This is number 2 that I have on the screen. What it's like? Are you talking about the ones with like the floating claws, or like this is the one that has like one tooth in the middle?
Yeah, this one's a little weird. He's just more like a replicant.
But like it's still the like I said, and Paul mentioned is it might not be getting all of the concepts exactly right as a human would, but like artistically, it's such a good artist. In seconds, yeah, and this is the first yeah, you know what, this reminds me of, like, a really cool version of the character from Shrek, the cat from Shrek, I don't know. Puss in Boots, right. Woah. I like this one, I'm gonna save this one too. Oh, okay, alright, so we've got a couple of suggestions, we've got, very long fish, I don't know how it does with simple input. The answer is, Paul, it'll give you generally, without an art style, it'll give you something that's not that interesting to look at. Um, but it'll absolutely be very long fish. So you can see very long fish. It's not really generally going to be interesting to look at. I'm going to do it just like you said. Oh, I did a capital letter. I don't think that matters. So I'm doing Paul's right now. A very long fish. And yeah, okay. So there's a fish. And so what's interesting is these are all very long fish, but it doesn't actually show it being very long. But these are like sturgeon or paddlefish type fish. Saw like a Chinese paddlefish at the museum. It was pretty cool. That's this guy. So we can pretty clearly see the resemblance, like with that like long elongated nose, and these are long fish. Not that exciting to look at. And that's the thing is it's a very, very capable, machine, but you have to give it the right prompt. So that's why some people's businesses with this is just making the prompt up. They're not even like providing the pictures. They're just saying, here are good prompts for what you want. So yeah, so Paul, the sets of 4 are the outputs. I'm not selecting these. These are what it gives me. And what I'm guessing is probably it generates like 6 or 8. And then behind the scenes, OpenAI has something that like selects maybe the better ones. Or maybe they just give you the raw output. But yeah, these are the 4. I get 4 every time. All right, Romas guy, because you are here and commenting, I am going to show yours off. A duck with teeth on its skin. So we're using it for, yeah, Paul, it is the same. It really looks kind of like the same type of fish. Okay, photorealism. Okay, so I'm gonna try that. So that's interesting, actually. A duck with a lot of teeth on its skin. Or how about a duck with skin covered in teeth? Photorealistic. And this one, it could fail, or it could be like, it could be skin covered in teeth. Or it could be teeth in the mouth of the duck or teeth decorating the scene. Ah! Okay, teeth in the duck, teeth in the mouth of the duck, teeth in the mouth of the duck. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. I hope you're happy with yourself, Romask guy. I hope you appreciate what you've done. Holy crap. What the heck? It's what? Oh no. Oh no, this one bothers me because it's like it's not it's the teeth, but it's also like a weird mistake. Like there you've got like a walrus's mustache or like a whale's baleen and like 3 different kinds of teeth. And look, there's even it's even got a like a this is an artificial tooth. Oh no. Oh man. Ugh. Looking at these pictures gives me anxiety. I mean, it's a photorealistic view of a duck with teeth. It's not covered in skin, but I guess this could have been parsed as a duck with skin, covered with teeth. So I mean, the duck has skin and it's covered in teeth. So, and it might be clear that actually the head isn't like maybe like it's not like fluffy feathers, or I might be reading too much into it. Wow, 6 people. That is 6 times more than when it was just Paul, and infinity more than when it was nobody. Mark, I'm gonna give you one more because you're my friend. I want to see what Mark's suggestion is, and then one logic. I will try a duck as a Dark Souls boss. Maybe you can add a little bit more detail to it, but I will try it.
Let me see here. So you want something ridiculous or something
I
pretty
want
standard?
whatever your heart desires, Mark. Mark is giving me another D&D character.
All right. Let's go with this one. All right. So this one is a wolf with astral arms. It's like it's supposed to be like someone used magic to make this wolf an intelligent as a person, and then it got trained as a monk in the way of the astral self, where it can project like astral arms that like and like an astral like visage with like body and everything.
Okay, so what I'm going to do for that, Mark, is I'm going to compress it into a description that I think it would better understand. So instead of astral, I'm going to say in space. Okay? All right. So what we're putting in, is it humanoid? A wolf with how many arms? I'm going to say 4 arms and 2 legs. Enough arms? You want more arms? 4 legs and 2 arms and 2 arms. How about a magical wolf with 4 legs? A magical, intelligent wolf with 4 legs and 2 arms, floating in space. What else? And lightning bolts. I'm saying canine wolf because I found that if you give it a lot of detail, and you want to make sure like it cares about one piece more than the others, you give it like a couple synonyms. Um, Otherwise, it might emphasize the lightning bolts. Okay, in space and lightning bolts, comma. What else? What art style? You don't want steampunk? Okay. Uh, D&D fantasy, digital fantasy art. I'll just say digital fantasy art. I'm trying to experiment more with different art styles. I really kind of want to see what it can do. Do you have any other art style you want to suggest?
No, I'm good.
Okay, digital fantasy art. All right, I'm hitting go. A magical intelligence. And I'm gonna close my eyes for you for a few seconds so that it's not like I don't see it first. I want to try more with like macro 45mm photography, but I think it has been trained against some photorealistic stuff. I'm not expecting this to blow me away. Nah, it's not blowing me away. Yeah, yeah, 4 legs and 2 arms. Yeah, I mean, it's got arms and it's got legs, but they're in the same place in a couple of them. I mean, it's yeah, it's cool. It's a wolf in space. I don't what, the first it's like flying? It is the lightning bolt. And then yeah, it's floating in space. Its arms are kind of weird. I mean, like this is still way better than I could draw. Oh yeah. Like any of these things are better than I could draw. It's just I'm so like I've done so many of these that my standard is really high. Here, I'll save that one. Just to have an example. Like this one's pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna take a user suggestion. All right, one object has not gone yet. Wait, yeah, Romask guy. I kind of want to avoid more duck and teeth examples. Thank you for so many of those duck and teeth examples. But I think we've had enough duck and teeth for one forever. Uh, okay, so one object, how niche a reference it can get. So in terms of references, it's it can if it's famous. Like, okay, this friendly monster, it's like kind of like Monsters Inc. I don't like this one, but it's kind of like Monsters Inc. And I've tried like the Terminator, and it can kind of get it, but it really has to be pretty famous. Like if you typed in like the example was red from the video game Transistor, I'm sure it would give you like electronic stuff, video game stuff, and then the color red. So you have to be very descriptive. So try to, rather than saying red from the video game descriptor, video game Transistor, excuse me, try saying, I don't know what he looks like, but okay, I'll take a look what he looks like. Let's see. Red from the video game Transistor. You would look at him and then describe him and his features, but it wouldn't like, for instance, or her, it wouldn't like know the features associated with them necessarily. I mean, we can try it, but I don't think with these because you got red Transistor in video games, I think it would probably miss the point of what you want. So you might say like a, girl with medium length red hair and blue eyes carrying a large sword, blah, 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 blah. You could try that and it would be more likely to get something interesting, in my opinion. Lol. Let's go through a couple more of what I've already got. But yeah, absolutely. Come up with like I can try it, red guy. Oh, I lost Mark. I'm not sure if I hit goodbye on Mark. I will type in, Mark, if you are watching, post a comment and suggestion. Oh, he's answering. Call me. Hello, Mark.
Yep, sorry about that. I
Yeah.
accidentally hung up.
Yeah, you want to just like join the live stream? I don't know if that's a thing you can do.
Oh, I meant, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. I meant like as a guy that I'm not just like holding up the phone. I don't even know if people can hear you, but it's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
See, like this is an example. I tried Varsuvius from the Order of the Stick in adorable plushie form. And the Order of the Stick, this is exactly what I'm talking about. One Wajik. One Ajik. Oh, I know you. Oh, it keeps letting Mark go. Bum. So this is Varsuvius. Like anybody who Googled it would be able to tell kind of who this character was. It's this purple person, purple androgynous person, an elf actually. And for a long time, I wanted my sibling um, to give me, to make me, because they're very good at this kind of thing, to make me a plushie. And maybe there's even an example somewhere. This is like a little action figure, but it completely missed it. It did not know who Varsuvius was. It gave me, some plushie like stuff and sticks. All right, so it got sticks in here somehow, which is not what I wanted. Right. So maybe in a future generation of this, they'll refine it, or more likely, it will be more and more pigeonholed into doing exactly digital art of animals, and you can't do anything else because everything else can be offensive somehow. Um, I'm getting a little political here. Well, but even then, I think it could still scare people with this duck stuff. Yeah, sorry, Mark, if you're there. Maybe you just live stream watch, but feel free to post. Here's a pretty decent one. I gotta show you the original actually. Don't look, don't look. Was a guy at work. He suggested a DNA double helix made out of Monster Energy drink cans, and then I added the psychedelic and colorful. And so this doesn't exist in real life, and this is absolutely one artist's rendition of it. So you've got the cans capping the DNA, and then you've got the helixes, and it looks awesome. But it's only at the ends, and it is made out of the cans. Like it's got the can and it's like been shredded, so it did a really good job. It did a really good job. And then I tried it as the base pairs. I tried it with a DNA double helix with Monster Energy drinks as the base pairs, and I also said spooky. And in this case, this was amazing to me. Like it put the cans inside the DNA, kind of like I was suggesting. And it looks a lot more like the monster drink too, with the color scheme. Nice for you to come here, Paul. Happy you were able to come to my first live stream and give me a suggestion. Come next time, and we've got the monster logo and the base pairs. Cool. I'm saving these because I just noticed that you've only got a temporary history, and some of my favorite art actually just got erased. Like, okay, before we get rid of the old stuff, here, let's go through a few weird ones at the bottom of the list before we make some new things. I did not like this one. I talked about this earlier in the stream. This ping pong paddles playing with humans as the ball. It's ah. I tried posting in blurst images on Reddit, but got auto modded away from doing that. The and then my roommate suggested a man in the ocean sitting on a whale surrounded by butterflies, Chinese art style. And this is apparently it's a Chinese proverb or Chengyu. I've never heard of it, but supposedly it is. Oops. Um, one sec. Hmm. Let's try refreshing. So he said, a man in the ocean sitting on a whale surrounded by butterflies. And I mean, it does an awesome job. Save. Oh, I have it recorded on stream. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's cool. I'm using this StreamYard thing. I'm probably not going to use it because I don't believe in paying for stuff, and this is just a free trial. But yeah, it's a recording, which is pretty good. It's there somewhere. But the funny thing is because of his accent, I didn't hear a man in the ocean sitting on a whale. I heard a man in the ocean sitting on a wheel. And so I tried that. And this is actually the first thing I got was not this whale one, but the wheel one. And as soon as it loads, I'm going to post that. I'm going to click on that. Click, click, click. A man in the ocean sitting on a wheel. And I think it's actually it's even better. So this is a man in the ocean sitting on a wheel surrounded by butterflies. And I mean, it's just fantastic. I will do yours next, romance guy. Actually, I guess I'll do one objects and then yours. And then, we're nearing an hour. This is actually more successful than I thought it would be. And yeah, I think we might end it there unless a bunch of people come in. You have people who want to try something. All right, one object is next. All right. How about red from transistor as a Dark Souls boss? I'm trying it, okay? And because I'm the person doing it, I am going to have it be in the style of dot matrix because I have not a very good style for this, but I'm going to try it anyway because I haven't tried dot matrix on this model yet. I did try it on the old one and it didn't work so well. So I'm trying red from transistor as a Dark Souls boss dot matrix style. So yeah, it's as conservative as it's due. Yeah, this is kind of what I was expecting. Hmm. Does this look like red? I don't think it does. I don't think it does. Like I said, I was expecting something red. I was expecting something like electronicsy in a video game thing. Right. I know, logic. You kind of expect it because it's so good at making art. You expect it to be able to interpret like a human does, right? To be able to like, oh, do a little bit of research and go. But all it has is the data it was trained on, which might be a little bit old and it's been handpicked. And yeah, it's not necessarily going to be able to take that English and translate it into what you want. That's still going to take back and forth from an artist. So what you could do is give it more keywords like about red and about what they carry, and maybe you could train it on more data from video game stuff. But I like this one where actually, this is my favorite of these, where it says "Big Boss" and he's got like some kind of dong hanging off of him and like a little heart. Like it is for the art style. It's a good job. Oh, one object says that he tested this with another model. I'd be interested in seeing that. So yeah, this Dolly 2 is a different model than like even Dolly 1. It's completely different implementation. So, you're going to get different results even for the same prompt. All right. I'm going to try yours, Romance Guy. Even though I'm kind of scared of the whole teeth things, I'm just going to copy. Can you show a muscular man made out of obsidian with a frog with a lot of teeth with light rays shining? It's in photorealism 4K. A muscular man made out of obsidian with a frog with a lot of teeth. I don't know what's with you and teeth. With light rays shining, I'm gonna say shining in photorealism 4K. And before we do that, I'm gonna show another of the last few just so that they're saved. from my collection. I'm gonna show you another of, like, the last ones, and I'll hit save just in case I haven't. This one was really good. A drunk man sleeping in a boat, and then we spelled floating wrong, fluting in the galaxy. Sleeping in a boat, fluting in the galaxy. And I think all of these were really good. Well, this one's okay. But my favorite of these was definitely the first one. This is one of my favorite images that have been made with this AI. He's fluting in the galaxy and he's so peaceful, you know? Everything about this was correct. And one more because we're close to the bottom. I don't want to get rid of these. This is a bad one. 100% of the time folded in 100 space. I wasn't expecting this to proceed well. The cells, I talked about cells. Story time with Pa, yeah, we did that one. Oh, redheaded man with Jufro and glasses on a unicycle falling into a pot of 3D printers. This is from a previous one where I had him falling into a pot of alligators, but there's no 3D printers here, but some of the art is still pretty great. Ugh. And then I think I varied it. Like I've done so many variations of this theme that they don't even emotionally register anymore. And not all of these are so good. Like an empty box of frustration was just an empty box. Trying to give it things that were really abstract. All right. Okay, I'm gonna post it in. Romance guy, a muscular man made out of obsidian with a frog with a lot of teeth with light rays shining in photorealism 4K. And again, this is costing me 12 cents an image. 12 cents. Yeah, crazy. Whoops. So here's what we've got. This is probably the closest to what you wanted, I'd say. It is a muscular frog man with a lot of teeth, with shining and rocks, and he's black like obsidian. Yeah. And then this one, they're pretty. These are pretty funny. They're pretty funny. I don't know how I feel about them. They don't speak to me emotionally like the duck one did. And then this has absolutely nothing to do with the prompt. But is she shining beautiful like obsidian? And it is a photorealistic face. I was not expecting that. This is probably the most photorealistic face I've gotten. And then yeah, it's actually pretty good. Like it's pretty good art. It's a little dark, I think, because maybe obsidian's dark. Yeah, he's a muscular man made out of obsidian, you know? Oh, interesting. Obsidian. Okay. Huh. Yeah, so that's kind of what I want to show, you know, a few people this Dolly stuff. It's gotten, you know, I've got 3 people here, which is more than I was hoping for. Redheaded man with a Jufro and glasses unboxing a pack of wolves surrounded by bright aura. Didn't really get their wolves, but it's pretty good. Yeah, I've said this so many times, but it's even if it's not getting the concepts right, whatever it does, it's an awesome artist. It's so good. And it does it in milliseconds. And I try to like imagine, and I can't, what it's like to be an AI where all you have in your whole existence is generating these photos. Um, you're not conscious and a member of the world like we are, but there's some form of intelligence that's doing this. And it has to know enough about the world that I feel is on some level, conscious and sentient. Um, and you have to be really careful saying that. Like I know that it's not going to be able to, talk to me in a grocery store, or it's not going to be a member of our society like, humans are, but it is so good at what it does, and that is intelligence. This one, so I changed the prompt. I said a pack of fearsome gray wolves. I tried giving it more detail, and in this case, I did actually get one where I have a box and there's like wolves everywhere. And I love that it usually gives me a beard. Well, not usually, but very often it gives me a beard. And I don't specify the beard, but because of this, I'm like, hey, maybe I look not so bad with a beard. I did these ones of me and my friend Daniel. I said a redheaded man with two front glasses and a sunglasses wearing black haired man and prominent mustache becoming fast friends over a poster about optical pickup units, optical disk drives, electronics science fair project. And that's how we met. And this one is pretty spot on. It's not like obviously of the poster of the technology, but it's technological and it's in absolutely the style that I was hoping. It's just like so goofy. I've got a friend at work who this is his description, and he's good at geography and he likes beer. And I wanted him pointing at a map. I said points to a location on a map while holding a beer in his hand. And in all of these, he's pointing with a beer in his hand and he's got a map. So, I mean, like, good job, but you're missing the point, but good job, right? And I guess you don't normally point to a map, but in all it's interesting. I don't know how to fix this prompt to get him to actually point at a location on the map. He's got beer goes in your hand. You point, pointing goes in the air. You've got a map. Maps usually go on the ground or, right side up. Whereas a human, even if it was a really terrible drawing, a human would never have gotten this wrong. They'd be pointing obviously to the map. To hit save on all of these. I had him. He hides sometimes around the CT machine, so I put him in a box. And this was, I thought these were pretty funny. I will take one more suggestion, I think, unless like 30 people show up, because I want to go do the rest of things of my day. This has been a fun experiment. That one didn't work so well. You can also edit images, so you can like take out a swath of the image and then add stuff. So I had an empty box, and then I removed the part of the box. This was by accident, and I added this long thing about Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I got these boxes with stuff in them, which was pretty cool. Not exactly what I wanted. I wanted this to get this was I wanted to have a reference sphere. It's a thing at work, which I mean it did, kind of. So what I did was I described what I wanted it to look like. I said holding up a stick with a ball at the end. Romask guy, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing any more of your photorealistic teeth things. Okay. All right. Well, thanks everybody. I appreciate. There are no teeth. No more teeth. I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna go. Thanks for coming though. And I'm gonna say goodbye. This was quite interesting, actually. I guess I'll, leave this posted. People can flip through all the various images we went through. Yeah, Mark says you're really attached. Hey, Mark, how's it going? You want to give me one more suggestion? If people are really attached to the muscular obsidian man. Well, so I guess now I know exactly who's in this audience. I will give you like 10 more seconds to come up with something, Mark. Let's see how many I've used. So I came in with 50 free ones, and then I bought 115 for 15 bucks. So that means I've made 65 of these. A half orc that was once a potato. Okay, all right. Finally, a good one. A half orc that was once a potato. A half orc hatching from a potato. Haunted by scary potato spirits. Um, I want to do like I want to try an art style. Okay, bye, Romask guy. This is just for Mark. Thanks for coming. Um, can I make it out of like he was magically made into a half orc from a potato? So that's why I said hatching from a potato. Um, art style, art style, art style. Here, how about modern art? Award-winning modern art. It's like my grandma. Dolly thinks that everything with award-winning is actually better. Why? I don't know why I said modern art. Sorry, Mark. It's gonna be modern art. I'm sorry. Ah! 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 This is like the potato. This is like the teeth one. Oh my god. This one, the second one reminds me of Trump for some reason. I'm not sure why. Oh man. Uh Mark, I don't like this. This is I mean, this one is like this is kind of cute actually. Oh man. And then this guy, like I said, this guy for some reason, I'm gonna edit this one and make him look more like Trump. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut out his hair and then give him Trump's hair. This one is just like what I see in my nightmares directly. Mark says, yeah, he got the lips. Actually, it's just you, Mark. So yeah, and then this is just evil. This is probably one of the more blurst ones. All right, Mark. So I'm gonna take out this one. Yeah, it's the lips. You're right. It's the lips. I'm gonna edit this one, and I'm gonna remove his hair. And I can't say Trump. Okay, I'm not. That's not gonna work. I can't say Trump, but I'm gonna say with bounds with tons of blonde hair. And now it'll take this image and it'll just fill in that spot. I should have given it more space to work with. Like I should have removed everything that wasn't the potato I liked. I'm sure it'll give the blonde hair. Huh. It really didn't do it. Maybe because most of the image was already the the half orc potato thing. It really plus it didn't really fit in with the rest of the scene. Like it's remarkably close to the blonde one. It's remarkably close to the original hmm, failed experiment. How about that? I think I could just change it to like I could remove that and just be like beautiful blonde hair and remove the potato prompt. I'm gonna try that. Even though it's another 12 cents, I'm kind of having fun with this. I'm gonna remove more about it and just call it like something completely different, and then it'll work the best that it can with the potato thing. So now I can give it a completely different prompt. Yeah, so the editor can just remove parts. So now I'm gonna give it like a completely different prompt. Like I can be like blonde hair or getting a makeover at the hairstylist, blonde hair. I'm gonna make it like advertisement for L'Oreal or I'll just say for shampoo commercial. So now it'll do a bunch of hair related things, and we'll see what it does with my horrifying potato man. This is actually kind of fun though, the live stream thing. I just should have picked something that didn't cost me 12 cents for a suggestion. I don't like this. I like how it gave him like a little hand sticking out. Like and then the nonsense writing. Oh man. Oh, so we've got like Talon. We've got like a guy with holding some kind of weird, and then he's like, "Ooh." And then yeah, there's blonde haired people, and he's kind of getting a. God, this is so horrifying. All right. Oh man, cool. Oh, Romance guy is back. He likes these memes. I don't like these memes. I'm just gonna tell you. I'm gonna save them. But yeah, you can take one image and change it. Oh crap. I'm glad you like these, Mark. I don't. I mean, like I love that I have the power, but I'm not I don't want to see this in real life ever. And it kind of bothers me that in the future we have like virtual reality and we are going to be able to see these things and we're going to like I could interact with this. I could give this a personality and text. I have access to the GPT-3 too as well. Um, so I could give this a story and I could animate it. I do not want to. Okay. All right. I think I've got some other stuff to do today. So thanks for watching and bye-bye. Bye. Thanks, Romask guy. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, One Object. Thanks, Paul. That's pretty much it. Bye bye.